We are going to discuss about conversions. Okay? What is conversion? Conversion means conversion to other data types. Data conversion. Okay? Data conversion is a way to convert from one data type to another data type. We can do the conversion from float to integer, from integer to float, or we can also convert from string to number. Okay. Convert means to change. Okay. When we want to change, it means there's another process that we want to do. So in this case, we can convert from float to integer. For example, I have a number 36.543 and I want to change it into integer. So I can use this way. Integer to float. Float 5, it will be a float type. String to numeric or numeric to string. Let's see. Let's check this code. Okay. 105.8. This is float. Okay. And I want to make it as integer. Then I can put int and then parenthesis 105.8 inside the parenthesis. I want to make integer 3.3. What is the result? 3. I want to make integer 3.7. Sorry, 3.9. What is the result? 3. Okay, so it will go to the integer value of that numbers. Even though this might be near by 4, but it will not go to 4 because we want to check the integer value. I have 69. So because it is in between the double quote, it is string. When we have the integer 69, then we want to make it as integer value. Float. The number is integer, but we want to make it as float. Then the result will be float, and the float is 25.0. We put the point. Float 115, and then this is in between the double quote. Because it is in between double quote, it will be string. So I want to change the string into float. The string is integer number 115. Then I will change it to float and the result will be 115.0. Okay. So this is the example of the conversion. If you want to round the value, it means you will get the value to the nearest integer. For example, I have round 4.6. Let me change this one. So I have round 4.6. The result will be 5. It is the nearest integer. If I have round 4.5, it will go to 4 because the nearest integer is 4. So you can see the result like this one. You already know about the variables. And now we want to learn about the input function. In many cases, you need users to give input values. The statement input means that we need user to input any value to a variable. So for example, I have a variable A, then I will do anything, I will input something to the variable A. The default object for the input is string. What is string? It is a characters, okay, sequence of characters. So let's see. I have this statement. A input, B input, and then I want to know the result A plus B. What is the result? Let's say I want to input 5 for the A and 7 for B. What is the result? Is it 12 or 57? Let's check. Okay. So at the end of this class, there will be a learning check. Okay. So make sure that you understand. Okay, now you can see nothing happened in the result section. It means you need to input a value. The computer is waiting your input. So let me give 5. And then the computer wait the second input. So let me give 7. The result is 57. Why? Because it is string. Okay. So if it is string, it means 5 plus string 7. Then it will be the combination of string, which is 5 and 7. Okay. This is what we call as the string. But if we use the value integer, then the result 5 plus 7, it will be 12. Okay. So please understand the difference between string and integer. The input function is for string. So string is a sequence of characters. When you use the addition, it means you want to make the sequence from A and then B and so on. In order to change the type, you can use the int. So what we learned before, we use the int to change any data type. We can change the string into integer, and then we can check the result, whether it is still the same as before or it will be changed. Let me try to do this one. Now I have input, but I will change the input into integer. I have input, I will change this input into integer. I have 5, okay, for the first, and then I have 7 for the second. Now the result is 12. Okay. The result is 12, and I can make more information. 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay. So the syntax int, it is to convert the string to integer. If integer 100 with this double quote, then it will become 100. We learned before about it. If we have 100.123, it is a float, then the result will be 100. So we can use more information. What do you want to input? If you want to input something here, at this moment, you do not know what you need to input. So I can give more information. Input variable A. And then what you input in this cell, it will be saved into the variable A. And then we have another prompt, we call it, this is prompt, input variable B. And once you input any value, it will be saved into the variable B. And the result will be A plus B. So I can check this one. Now you can see one statement, input variable A. So if I give, like, say 6, maybe 5, okay, 5, and then the variable B, let's say 7, then it will print the result. Result equals to A plus B. So the result will be 12. Okay. So it shows the prompt to help users to give the correct input. So if you do not use this one, the users may not understand what do you want to input. Okay. So what is the result of the below syntax? Print 200 plus 100. The result will be, this is integer, this is integer. Integer plus integer, it will be integer. So the result will be 300. Print, we have double quote, 200 plus 100. Then the result will be 200 plus 100. Usually it will be also with the double quote. Print int 200 plus 100. What is the result? Is 300. Why? Because we are changing this value. The value 200 is string, and we are changing, or we are converting to integer, and after we convert to integer, we are adding the value with 100. So 200 plus 100, it will be 300. You can check this one. Okay. So the first result is 300. The second result is 200 plus 100. Okay, is 200 plus 100. And then integer 200, it will be converted into integer first, and then it will be added by 100. Then it becomes 300. Okay. So you can use double quotes, or you can use single quote for the string data type. So they are the same. Okay. So double quote, single quote, so they are the same. So what is the result of the below syntax? Basically, it is the same. I just changed the variable name. So you need to give two input, and then the input will be added, and the input will be printed, and the result will also be printed. So let's see. Variable 1, let's say I make it as 7, and then variable 2, let's say I input 8. So 7 plus 8, it will be 78. Why? Because it is string. Okay. It is still string. It is still string. Okay. If I want to change into integer, then you need to put the in as this one. You need to put int as this one. If you put the int here, then you will change the input into string. So if I have the 7 and 8, then the result will be 7 plus 8 equals to 50. Okay. Now, my question is, how about if I delete this one? What is the result if I give this one 7 and this one 8? Just try. Okay, I give 7 and the next variable is 8. It is error because it cannot be combined between the integer and string. Okay. Now, we have a problem to calculate the area of a circle. Do you know area? Okay, the area of a circle. So it means you have a circle, and we want to know the area usually we have the radius, okay, and the formula of the area equals to radius multiplied by the radius multiplied by height, 3.14 something something something. So how can we make the Python code for this problem? So I give you this code here. Assume the initial value of the radius is 20. So first, I would like to assign a radius. It means I will make a variable radius, and then I know that the initial value is 20. So I will assign 20 into the variable radius. So now radius is 20. I would like to compute the area. So the area equals to the radius multiplied by the radius multiplied 3.14159. It is the height. And then finally, we will display the results. We can print the area for the circle of radius something. In this case, we want to show the radius. We have the str. What is str? 3. We know that the radius is in the form of integer. We want to change the string using the word str, and it will be shown in the string format also for the variable area. Let's see. Okay, let me run. So the area of the circle of radius 20 is this one. Okay. So str here is a function to convert from numeric to string. So here radius is an integer, and the area, because we have a float value here, then the data type is float. And we want to change this float into string. Use str. Now it becomes more complicated. Given two inputs, width and height. Calculate the BMI, body mass index, and we can use this formula. Okay. So weight, I think in Korea we use kilogram. Okay. And the height in Korea we use like meter or centimeter. In Europe or in other countries, they use pound. And for the height, they use feet and inches. Okay. Now, if we use the pound and feet or inches, this is the formula. Weight in pounds multiplied by 703 divided by height in inches multiplied by height in inches. But if we use the information in kilograms, then the problems will be BMI equals to weight in kilograms divided by height in meters multiply height in meters. Now, you need to give the input in pound and in feet. So can you make the formula? Here, I can give you some hint. Okay. 1 feet equals to 12 inches. 1 pound equals to 0.453592 kilogram. And 1 inch equal to 2.54 centimeter, or it is 0.0254 meter. So using this formula, please calculate the BMI. Okay. Any questions? Oh, you can calculate it? Oh, not working? Let me check. So I give the first solution. Okay. Let's see together. So the solution 1 is using the formula 1. So let me just close this one. Now I assume that the variable for the weight, I use weight, and the value is 140. I have the height in the Europe countries or in USA, they use how many feet and how many inches. So they have two values. For example, the height is 6 feet and 25 inches. So I can just make it simple by creating two variables. How many feet and how many inches. So here 6 feet and 25 inches. Now based on the formula, okay, the BMI will be the weight multiplied by 703 divided by the height multiplied by the height. But the height should be in inches. So the height, it means that the feet will be multiplied by 12 and it will be added with the inches. Because based on the formula, 1 feet equals to 12 inches. So if the height is 6 feet, then 6 feet will be multiplied with 12, it become inches, plus the inches, which is 25. After we have this formula, we will put this height into this BMI formula. And then we will have the results. So the height is 97 and the BMI is this one. Okay, so this is using the formula 1. What about if we use the formula 2? So I want to change from the pound and feet and inches to kilogram and meters. Okay. The same idea, First, we just declare and initialize the variables. The weight equals to 140. Let's assume that the width is 140. And then we have the feet equals to 6 and the inches equals to 25. Okay. And then we will convert it. How can we convert it? 1 pound equals to 0.453592 kilogram. So we can just multiply the weight with this value. It will give you the weight in kilogram. The height in meters, it means we will use the same calculation. The feet multiplied by 12, it means 1 feet equals to 12 inches plus the inches, and then it will be multiplied with 0.0254 because 1 inches is 0.0254 meter. Based on the formula, 1 inch is 2.54 or 0.0254 meter. And based on the formula, we need to calculate the height in meters. So we multiply with 0.0254 and we can make the PMI formula. The PMI formula will be weight in kilos divided by height in meters multiply height in meters. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry. This one. Okay, so the weight is 140, the feet is 6, and the inches is 25. So I run, and the weight in kilos refers to 63.5 something, and the height in meters is 2.4. Oh, it's very high. It's very tall. And the PMI is this one. Okay. Next, I have the formula 1 and I have the formula 2. Now, I want to get the input from user. So I do not want to fix the value. In this case, the value is 140, 635. So I want the user can give their own value. Then I will use the input. What is the weight? What is the height in feet? And what is the height in inches? After we have those numbers, we can put the numbers because I want to get it as integer, and integer. Then the value will be saved into this variable weight, this variable feet, and this will be in the variable inches. The formula will be the same. The only difference is how we can get the value. So we want to get the value from users. So let's see. Now, can you see the red line here? Okay. Can you see here the red line? So whenever you submit your assignment, okay, if you see this red line, it means your file is not compiled. Okay. This is not compiled. You still remember, not compiled? If your file is not compiled, then I will not check your assignment. So if you see like this error, so it means there is still errors in your file. So I will not check it because you have done it. You need to check until this file has no errors. How to check it? So you need to check this one. What is the problem? Can you see the word? It requires the quaro, the parenthesis. Okay. So you miss the closing. We have the opening, we have the closing. We have the opening, but no closing. Okay. What about this? So you can move your mouse and then check. Oh, it is also the same problem. Put the parenthesis. What about this? Oh, this is also the same problem. Put the parenthesis. Then now there is no wrap line. It means your file is compiled. And you can check. You can run first. Okay, there will be questions. What about the weight? Maybe let me give 150 pounds. Okay. And what about the height in feet? Let's say 5 feet. And then what about the height in inches? Maybe 30 inches. Okay, so they will give me the result directly. And this input depends on the user. So the value will be different every time you run this program. Okay. So what is the point in this example? The solution is diverse. The problem can be the same, but the solution can be different. It means its solution is unique. Okay? You can have your own solution. I can have my own solution. Okay? And also, there is no single answer to solve a problem. Okay? My example is only one example. You can solve with another way. Okay? Now, practice. Write a program to convert a number, it means the distance, in feet into meter. 1 feet equals to 0.3048 meter. The output is suggested to be integer. Okay, so set the input as any number in variable, for example 10. And then the output will be 3. Why is 3? 1 meter is 0.3048. So it means 10 will be multiplied by 0.3048. So it means it will be 3.048. But the problem is the output is suggested to be integer. Then if the result is 3.048, what is the integer of this one? It's 3. Okay. Now let's try. Let's do the practice together. I didn't give any answer for this. So you can arrange by yourself. Let's say I want to make distance. Okay. The distance is on the problem. Set the input as any number in the variable, for example, 10. Okay, I can say, I can put 10. Okay. And then the output will be integer and it should be in meter. So I can just print output in meter. Okay. You need to print a value. What is the value? Maybe let's make a variable result. The result is the result from the calculation. We have 1 meter equals to 1 feet equals to 0.3048. 1 feet equals to 0.3048 meter. Okay. So let's say this is the distance in feet. Then how can you make the feet into meter? We can just do the multiplication with 0.3048. And we want to print the result. Okay. Let's see the result. The output in meter is 3.048. Oh, there's still one problem. The problem mentioned that the output suggested to be integer. So the output should be 3. Then what should I do? int. Okay, I need to put the conversion. I know that this result is in the float. So if you move your mouse, actually, if you move your mouse, you will see this one. It is in the float. Okay. So when you can see that this number is in float, you can change to integer by int of the variable result. Then the result will be something like this. Okay. Any questions? I think the problem is still easy. Okay. So you learn many things in this section. You learn about commands, mathematical operators, variables, and conversion. Okay. So in this section, you learn about the sequential order. So we learn from top to bottom what is the sequence for the program. I check on your Gurum. Okay, if you have not registered in the Chrome, please register. Okay, I give one assignment, or maybe not assignment, just testing. Okay, you can check the testing. Okay. I give one problem. Practice and for testing. Okay, you can try, solve the problem, check the environment, and submit it. Okay, so you have time like 1 week. Okay, try to solve this problem. It's not difficult. Okay, but try to solve it. So here, the practice one is easy. Try to convert from meter to kilometer. You need to give the input to the users, and then you need to show the output. Okay, after you finish, then you can save and then submit it. Okay, just try with this environment, because next week I will give you more difficult questions. Okay, okay, I guess it's time.